Hey guys, Miss Warren here. Today I want to talk to y'all about the value practice worksheet in graphite pencil. We're going to be just using a regular number 2 HB pencil, and we're going to work on creating a different scale of values. So value in art is the use of light and dark, and here we're going to just color in flat. So as you color in, you want to do small circular motions and move your pencil quickly. If you start by going vertically, end by going vertically, I don't want you to change directions when you're filling in this space. So since this is our darkest square, we're going to be pressing really firmly to color it in as dark as possible. See how I'm going just up and down and not changing directions? Now, the only time you would change directions is maybe to clean up the little edge right here. You could go horizontal for the edges. Then I'm back to vertical. Pressing as hard as I can. I'm going to go over and layer up because I want this to be my darkest square. I want it to get almost as dark as this. Pressing as firmly as I can, layering it up, making it super dark. Now, sometimes if you want it super dark, you're not going to change directions at random, but you can go the other way, but you're going to fill in the whole square going the other way, making sure that you cover the whole space evenly. Sorry for the shaking. I'm going to see if I can bump that over and fix it. There we go. All right, so we've got our darkest square as dark as we can color with colored pencil. Now, the lightest value will be white, which is the color of the paper, but the next we're going to do it really lightly. So this square is just light as possible. I'm barely touching the paper, but I'm doing the same motion. I'm kind of making little circles, going up and down. I'm covering the whole paper. I like to do my lightest square, my darkest square, and then one of my medium squares here. So I know that things in between here have to be lighter than this, but darker than this. So I'm gonna do a medium amount of pressure here. Yet again, I'm keeping my pencil flat. I'm being consistent with directions. I'm making small, fast marks as I move across the page. Coloring like this will work with colored pencils as well, using pressure to darken the value, layering over to darken the value. I'm going to go sideways here to kind of clean up that area on the top and the bottom. So right now we have a light, a medium, and a dark. I think I could go a little bit darker with this one. Okay, so now I think the next color I would do is this one. It's pretty light. But I want to make sure that it's clearly darker than this one and clearly lighter than this one. A little bit of something under my paper. Gotta kind of clean up the edges here. Okay, this one's getting pretty close to that one. I think I need to darken this one up a little bit. You can always make an area darker, but it's really hard to go back and make it lighter. Okay, so I know just a pinch darker. I know that this one here has to be darker than this one, but lighter than this one. So I'm gonna go horizontal first with this one. Going back and forth, pressing a little more firmly. But yet again, even though I'm going back and forth, I'm using like small circular motions. I'm going back over where I went before, coloring it in really solidly. It looks almost the same as that one, so I'm going to try and darken it by adding just a little bit of pressure and going over it one more time. Make sure I get the edges cleaned up. Okay, there, we have about one shade darker than that one. I think I'm looking at this darkest one. I think this darkest one needs another layer to make it even darker. I'm gonna layer both directions so it really gets in the paper. I want this to hold so much graphite that I can't get any more graphite in the paper. Okay, so now I want something that's in between these two. Now you can also color in diagonally. But once you start diagonally, you need to go diagonal through the whole thing and keep your pencil flat. So right now it's lighter than this one and way lighter than that one. So I need to build up my values. I need to darken it a little bit. I am changing directions, but I'm going to smooth out the whole surface. Making it nice and dark. There we go. I think that's subtly darker than that one. So keep going. Go ahead and fill these two out. This square has to be lighter than this square, and this square has to be lighter than this square. Go ahead and give it a try, and I look forward to seeing your work.